Hi everyone, my name is Mai. Welcome to my channel. I thought I'd do something a little different today and talk to you guys instead of just having some music playing in the background. Um, it feels really weird and I almost chickened out, but I figured this is a good video to do this for the first time because it's sort of a video of firsts. I'm using a dip pen to do this drawing, and this is my first time ever using a dip pen. I mean, I did a couple of like lines and circles on a piece of scratch paper right before I started, just to get a feel of the pen and dipping the ink and all that stuff. But I mean, right after that, I started this piece, and this is the first time I ever used it. I actually really liked it. I've been wanting to switch to dip pen for quite a while now, for a lot of reasons. Environmentally, it's a big one. I use micron pens, which I love, but I go through them really quickly, and I just felt like I was throwing a lot of pens in the trash all the time. So I wanted to find something that was a bit more environmentally friendly, and dip pens were recommended to me because you keep reusing the same pen and you just buy new ink, and there's a lot more ink in the bottle instead of like using a pen and then throwing it out. Yeah, newbie mistake right there. I was trying to be really careful. I didn't even notice, you see, I just kept on working. I think it was like at the end that I finally noticed that I accidentally dripped some ink on there. And it was really sad, but such is life. uh, you just kind of move on. I mean, at the end, I kind of do, I try to fix it up a bit, so, but like it happens, there's nothing much you can do about it. So with this drawing, I really just wanted to doodle some of my favorite ships, either because of their designs or because of the movie or TV show or game that they're part of. It's literally one of those times where I drew just for the sheer joy of drawing. And it's actually kind of rare that I get to do one of these, and it shouldn't be rare. If you've never tried a dip pen before, I do recommend you try it. I think it's awesome. It's really fun. It's not as troublesome as some people might think. Like you're not dipping ink every 2 words, like one dip actually lasts quite a while. I mean, I still have a lot to learn with a dip pen, obviously, like not dripping ink onto your paint you're drawing. Which, by the way, if this had been for a client or a commission, I would have started over. Like you drip watercolor or something else, you could kind of fix it up with the ink. I mean, again, like you see, I'll try to fix it up a little bit at the end, but like it's dark black ink. There's only so much you can do. You do have to be more aware, which it's also actually kind of a plus because it's so easy for your mind to wander when you're doing art, and then suddenly you do a line and it messes up and and then it hurts. Although like I need to also stop thinking about it as messing up, because when I get commissions from artists or when I buy an original or a sketch, like what I love about it, it's almost the parts that are a little bit not perfect, like the human hand in it, not some perfect rendition of something, but you can, like, if you so I love Calvin and Hobbes. If you've never read it, you should. But there is I've never seen it myself, but apparently all his original drawings are in a museum in his hometown, or in the library at his hometown. It's somewhere in his hometown, which I think you can get special permission to actually see. They're really careful with you to wear gloves to handle all of that. But they said that if you look at it, you can see the original like whiteout from when he was inking, and then like there was a straight line, something he would white it out before they scanned it in and did all that stuff. And like I love that, and it's kind of like it's the thing I love seeing in other artists' work, but I'm so obsessed with not having it in mind that it's like it's a weird disconnect, So I don't know. I just need to let go of some of that. Which is a lot easier said than done, but I'm working on it. do think it's really important to keep a sketchbook or even something like this where you're working on something that's not meant for a client or a commission or anything like that, and it's really just for fun, because that's where you're able to experiment and explore and grow, and honestly to take the stress off and relax. And like, it's art is a lot of work. It's a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of work, and it could be mentally draining, and doing something like this is really good for you. It's something I preach all the time, but I don't do nearly enough. So that's one of the things I really want to change. Not only stuff like this, but I really want to start sketching a lot more in my sketchbook. I don't think I can say it every day, just because that's kind of hard. Not that I do art every day, but to have the time to freely sketch in a sketchbook every day might be kind of rough, which is kind of sad. But it's just a reality, right? There's just not enough time in the day to do everything. So I mean, that's life. So it's okay. We work with what we got, So at this point, I felt like the background wasn't quite dark enough. Lately, I've been kind of timid about going too dark, just because when you go full black, it's a lot less forgiving. I want to stop being afraid of that, because it looks so much better with a darker background. It's something that if I was on a deadline, I'm really hesitant to do, especially at this stage where it's almost done. It would have been easy to just kind of do a bit more noodling and then call the piece finished. It's just that fear of messing something up, which when you're on deadline, when you're stressed, it's so easy to start being really afraid to do certain things. If you can push past that, you're usually rewarded, right? I mean, sometimes you do mess up and then it sucks. But then you learn from it and you grow. So it still works out, even if all you learn is to be afraid. No. It's good. It's good to make mistakes and learn and grow. I'm so happy I went in with that dark black to bring them all out again. It doesn't always fit in every drawing that you do, but in this case, like, it made all the ships pop so much more from the background. Sorry about this last part here. The video gets quite dark. It was pretty late at that point. I thought about stopping for the night and coming back to this in the morning when I had better light for recording. I'm recording these on my phone right now, which is not the greatest. I found my old DSLR camera, so I'm gonna switch to that. I really wanted to just finish this piece that night. I had already spent a bit more time on it than I had originally intended, mostly because I was just having so much fun with it. I'm just kind of noodling around a bit more, adding some shadows and highlights, just kind of, rounding out and finishing up the piece. Especially once I had that deep dark background in there, it was easier to see certain parts of the ships too, like where it needed a little bit more love. It's nice to do it the same night when it's fresh in your brain instead of the next morning. But I do apologize for the darkness of the video. Maybe I should get more lamps. It doesn't feel that dark when I'm there working. And again, this is my phone camera, so maybe that's part of the problem. It just doesn't pick up light very well. I don't know. Maybe the DSLR will fix it. Maybe I need more lamps, but I'm still learning about this stuff, so please bear with me. And I think that's about it. I'm gonna leave you with some music for this last part. Thank you so much for watching. I super appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!